Hey guys, Bushcraft 412. Today we're going to do a review on this little Coghlan's Trek 1 first aid kit. And the reason I normally don't review first aid kits, especially the store-bought ones, because I tend to make my own, but I actually had reason to use it this weekend because I had a little bit of an accident. So there we go. So I just wanted to go through and show you. Normally I make homemade first aid kits almost all the time. It always seemed economical just to make up a little kit and make it exactly how I wanted. But I was going on a day trip actually to my bug out location yesterday, and I'm sorry guys, I don't do videos of my bug out location. It's my place, you know, and sorry I don't share it with the channel, but it's kind of like my place, my private place, and I just don't want to take that risk of anyone ever recognizing anything or possibly finding it or knowing where it is. So that's kind of my own private thing. So I was there doing a little work, and I'd actually gotten this first aid kit a while back, just as something that I think to throw in my car, or maybe like one of my emergency kits. And I just said, hey, let's bring it with me. You know, I hardly ever use a first aid kit, but let's just bring this little thing rather than hunt through all the supplies and custom make one. And it came in kind of handy. So let's show you what we got in here. And mind you guys, I've used a couple things in here, so it is missing a few things. And yesterday I actually had put a couple of ibuprofen 800s in here, which was actually a pretty smart idea because I definitely needed them. And there's room in the package to add more, so you can add a couple of, you could add in here a lighter, some water purification pills, a big Ziploc bag, and you know, some ibuprofen, Benadryl, whatever you want. There's room. There's actually quite a bit of dead space in this. We get some medical tape, which I used a little bit of yesterday. And the rest of that, one of the things I like about this kit is it's very simple. There's not a lot of garbage in here. A lot of these medical kits tend to be full of garbage. You open them up and they're just full of things you'll never need, never use. Way too much, you know, of everything. So this one kind of was not the same. Moleskin. I didn't get any blisters yesterday, so I didn't need it, but it's a really good thing to have. If you start to get a blister or a hot spot, this will keep you from having a bad day in the woods. We have a whole stack of Band-Aids, minus a couple. We got some of these little butterfly Band-Aids and regular size Band-Aids, a couple of those ones that are shaped like an H, and some real small ones. Altogether there's maybe like 10 or 15 Band-Aids, not a ton. Perfect amount. Some of these kits have like 100 Band-Aids in them. You're never going to need them, guys. This is a basic first aid kit. All you need to take care of is just small cuts, small wounds, stuff like that. Iodine prep pad to disinfect an area. There's 2 of those. Perfect amount. If you use them up, go get some more. You know, you don't need, some of those kits I've seen have 100 of them. You don't need 100 of them. I want a small kit just for, you know, day trip kind of stuff. So this actually is kind of nice. We have a couple more of these antiseptic towelettes. It looks like there's 3 or 4, like hand wipes. There's 3 in there now. I think there was 2 more. I think I used 2 yesterday. I think I used 1 before I ate, and I think I used 1 before I cleaned up that gash on my leg. First aid guide with a big old sewing needle in there. Luckily I did not need to stitch myself up, so that did not go to use. And there are like 4 kind of like 3x3 gauze pads. There was 5 originally. Of course I used one of them yesterday. And the reason why I used the big gauze pad and the tape is because I was actually it doesn't matter. To get to my bug out location involves some water travel. So being in the water, getting in and out of a canoe, I did not want to risk getting, you know, dirty water in it and getting some kind of like bacterial infection or something like that. So I covered it up real good with a gauze pad, taped it up real good to protect it as best that I could. Because I do know people who've gone and gotten cuts, like on their ankles or whatever, hiking, then they go canoeing and they get in that nasty water, you know, out in the woods, and they've gotten bacterial infections, been in the hospital for a week. You know, not a smart move, so I wanted to cover it up the best I could, because it is a pretty large scrape. So, very simple kit, guys. I mean, really impressed. And this is like an $8, $6 item. There's not much to it. It's very simple. All you're doing here is treating very basic cuts and scrapes. Nothing extraordinary. And that's where a lot of kits go wrong, is they overdo it. They give you stuff to treat gunshot wounds in a small case like that. And you know, very simple, and it's very easy because there is plenty of room to add a lighter, some water purification tablets. You can even make this into a small survival kit, you know, adding, you know, some Fresnel lenses for starting fires or whatever, you know. A lot you can do with it, and really kind of a cool, neat $8 item, and it did its job, so kind of a neat thing. And, you know, I might start using these little kits like this a little more often because, you know, it does get tiresome kind of hand making your kits all the time. So I think I might just kind of stick with this, and I like the size because it fits into a lot of the small pouches on backpacks. Plus you can strap it down to MOLLE webbing and stuff like that. So neat. Hope you guys enjoyed. Quick review on the Truck 1 by Coghlan.